collection called The Father, and it kind of focuses on Sharon's experiences and father issues with her own father just prior to his death as well as after his death. Her father was a drunkard and heavy smoker who died of lung cancer, and he was physically, psychologically, and sexually abusive to her during her childhood years and teenage years. This first poem is called Beyond Harm. A week after my father died, suddenly I understood. His fondness for me was safe. Nothing could touch it. In the last year, his face would sometimes brighten when I would enter the room. And his wife said that once, when he was half asleep, he smiled when she said my name. He respected my spunk. When they tied me to the chair that time, they were tying up someone he respected. And when he did not speak for weeks, I was one of the beings to whom he was not speaking. Someone with a place in his life. The last week, he even said it once. By mistake, I walked into the room and said, "How are you?" And he said, "I love you, too." From then on, I had that word to lose. Right up to the last moment, I could make some mistake, offend him, and with one of his old mouths of disgust, he could re-skew my life. I did not think of it much. I was helping to take care of him, wiping his face and watching him. But then, a while after he died, I suddenly thought with amazement, he will always love me now. And I laughed. He was dead. Dead. The second poem is called, it's from a collection called The Wellspring. It's called True Love. In the middle of the night, when we get up after making love, we look at each other in complete friendship. We know so fully what the other has been doing, bound to each other, like mountaineers coming down from a mountain, bound with the tie of the delivery room. We wander down the hall to the bathroom, and I can hardly walk. I wobble through the granular, shadowless air. I know where you are. With my eyes closed, we are bound to each other, with huge, invisible threads, our sexes muted, exhausted, crushed. The whole body is sex. Surely this is the most blessed time of my life. Our children asleep in their bed, each fate like a vine of abiding mineral, not discovered yet. I sit on the toilet in the night, and you are somewhere in the room. I open the window, and snow has fallen in a steep drift against the pane. I look up into it, a wall of cold crystals, silent and glistening. I quietly call to you, and you come and hold my hand, and I say, I cannot see beyond it. I cannot see beyond it. And this is my original poem. It's called The Legacy of Ordinary People. Extends beyond scrapbook photos and cobweb wisps of faded ink letters. Unfold it and refold it. Unfold it and refold it. Until every crease requires multiple tape patches. This legacy is a shadow clinging to every forward step and forever leaving impressions in cement. This story is reflected in my habit of playing I Spy with rush hour license plates, searching for initials L and C. The way I drink coffee with cream but no sugar, or skip the elevator in favor of janitorial closet-side stairwells and rooftop ladders. This legacy is the reason why my cell phone doubles as an alarm clock, and in the shower I count the seconds to lather hair, 95 Mississippi, face, 60 Mississippi, body, 150 Mississippi, rinse, 110 Mississippi. Sing with the radio, stop counting. Tell off, 180 Mississippi. Some nights I lie awake and watch the reflection of street lights wobbling inside raindrop globes, racing each other along shimmering trails, trajectories merging, diverging, winding their way toward a windowsill finish line. This legacy is the reason to red carpet swagger in blue jeans with cheap rhinestone-studded pockets, the reason to freeze my ass off building snow angels, and the reason I started using that word, ass. Coffee will forever be accepted as a natural compliment for the scent of new books, aromas hinting at Swiss on rye or honey wheat with a side of Gloucester brand. The glint of glazed leather reminds me of armor, a metallic sheen illuminated by sunlight, and I am still firmly convinced that spray-on window frosting exists merely for the pleasure of finger tracing. This legacy is reason enough to dip my hamburger in ketchup, use proper spelling and grammar in email correspondence, and avoid cliches, sidewalk cracks, Saturday night television, wood chip paved footpaths, and concrete alleyways. A two-armed smothering embrace will forever evoke life jacket, seatbelt comfort. Tree, bird, and blue sky photos decorate my windowless walls, and I shout, "You are beautiful!" across the void toward mounting hills, just to experience that giggle joy moment of an echoed compliment. This is why my hat collection surpasses 12 dozen, why I own ties in every prismatic color, why my basement collects objects, Xbox, piano, sewing machine, I will never learn how to use. Memento companions for a rocking horse with moth-eaten ears and a cracked picture frame with a photocopied image of the question, do I dare disturb the universe? This legacy is the only reason to write love on a foggy window pane, knowing the letters will quickly fade. Winter's chill will leave only a skeleton in their place.